Hello guys, Sir Crypto. I will show you 5 different charts today. If those charts are in majority bullish, I'm leaning bullish. If they bearish, I'm bearish. I will show you what they are, why they're so important, how to find them, and basically what they say. So if that's something that interests you, please watch this video. Thanks. We do have a nice community on Traders Hub Group. We are on Discord. The link to the channel, you can find it in the description below. Guys, it's completely free. We do have a nice community. We do post signals all the time. We do leverage trading. We do stock trading, spot, perpetual. We also track smart money wallets. So we see what the institutions are doing, what the smart wallets are doing. We do see all the on-chain data. So if that's something that interests you, or you're just too busy to stare at the charts all day, everything is here, so join us. Okay, right, so chart number 1 is Bitcoin dominance. You can get it by going here, just clicking on the plus and typing btc.d. Make sure you're on all, and there we go, market cap Bitcoin dominance. Okay, in short, Bitcoin dominance is basically how much of the money in the entire crypto space is in Bitcoin. Okay, so if you imagine this is the chart, this is 100 at the minute. In Bitcoin we've got 63%, so that's how much money sits in the Bitcoin at the moment. Okay, and yeah, it's been quite high right now, as you can probably notice. Like, we had this uptrend in the Bitcoin dominance, just grinding higher and higher and topping up at 65%. We are on the daily chart, by the way. And the good news for the altcoin is this is our first lower low. So we do have the first sign of Bitcoin dominance dropping down. Whenever the Bitcoin dominance dropping down, all the assets in crypto space, altcoins, all the shitcoins and everything, most likely goes up, because basically money is going out of Bitcoin. So what the uptrend looks like, just very quickly, I know like most of you guys know, but basically if we got uptrend, we got higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher high, and then when we top in right here, then what you want to see is you want to see a downtrend. So you want to see something like this. We want to see the lower low lower than this higher low, and this is actually the case here. Okay, so this is roughly where we are at the moment. So what we now expect is to grind slightly higher, and basically this is where we got the resistance. So on the chart, it's more or less like we got one here and one there, and then another one here. We want to see a rejection from this support, which is a resistance now because we dropped below it, and we want to see the chart going lower. Okay, and then lower and lower. So this is when all the assets are being very bullish, apart from Bitcoin. So Bitcoin dominance, very bullish for altcoins. Right, the chart number 2 is USDC dominance. You can get it by clicking on the symbol and typing USDT.D, and you come up with market cap for USDT dominance. USDT dominance is basically a chart for the stable coins. Okay, so the market share is 4.6%. Stable coins is basically a digital dollars. Okay, so whenever people sell asset, they usually sell it into USDT or USDC. I've got 2 here. Okay, and again, quite bullish news. So we had this trend line here going since December 2017. As you can see, anytime we hit this, we marked the low. Okay, and what we want to see, same as Bitcoin dominance, we want to see it lower, because that means people are selling stable coins. If they selling stable coins, that means they buying something. So when they sell, it goes down, okay? We got a good and a bad news here. The bad news is it might actually hit the trend line and it might bounce from here. If it's gonna bounce to the upside, not so good. You will probably see it on all the charts, like everything will be red. Like if we get the bounce from this point to the upside, it's gonna be very, very bearish, guys. Looking at the RSI, MACD and stochastic RSI, it looks like, I mean, you can see a clear downtrend here, right? We coming to the level, or we actually already bounced from it. Can you see the rejection? Like we were about to go higher and then we reject from the line and we're gonna drop lower. The thing is, we don't know whether we're creating a lower high or higher low. So we have to pay attention to that. So far, it's looking okay. On the MACD, this is something I didn't want to see because like whenever it is on the bottom, when it crosses to the upside, let me just get my marker. Wherever it crosses to the upside, those both lines, okay, that's very bearish because basically what MACD says is now we're gonna have a momentum to push higher and we don't want to see USDT going higher, okay? So we might actually push all the way until this support, which is 5%. That's a lot of profit taken in general on the entire crypto space. So yeah, everything that you see green now, if we get to this point, guys, it's not gonna be looking good. So the 5% is a big mark. So maybe mark it on your chart and just pay attention to that. When you see USDT basically reaching 5%, that's a huge red flag, okay? Yeah, if you in any assets, just be careful at this point. Chart is others. So others, basically it represents altcoins excluding the top 10 altcoins. So any other shit coins in the crypto space, this is basically it, okay? So this one, if you got any altcoins like XRP, Solana, Ethereum, stuff like that, you want to see this one to grind higher. And we do have, like, we had this downtrend. You can see we have lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, and this was the bottom, okay? So we bounced from this support beautifully, okay? And from this point, we started the uptrend, okay? I even have the markings here. So we have basically higher high, higher low, higher high, hopefully higher low, and what we're gonna battle out is the moving average 200, the yellow line. This is quite a big one, okay? It's a really tough cookie to bite, guys. Yeah, so far you can see we did reject quite a few times. We do also have the resistance here at 281 billion. So what you want to see is have some sort of momentum. So I do expect like we might even drop to like 250, maybe like roughly 250 billion before we get any sort of power to potentially just go higher, okay? So I do expect something like this, and then maybe try to break that 200 MA. It's gonna be quite difficult, but we do have a lot of support underneath us. We do have a 20 moving average. We have Sell Crypto moving average here, the green one. We do have a 50 and 100 below us. So this is actually quite good. So this is like the last line of the resistance before we're gonna be set free. Like altcoin's gonna go crazy, if they will, okay? It really depends on the market in general. RSI is not looking too great. It looks like it's gonna bounce from the yellow and then drop again. So that will be the drop I'm talking about, and then hopefully go to the upside. Yeah, MACD also suggests a little bit of downside. You can see the lines are on the top. The just about to get crossed and possibly just go lower. Same on stochastic RSI, you can see the momentum is not here. This is basically the momentum indicator. So whenever it is on the bottom, we get a lot of momentum. I mean, just look at the chart, you see right here we crossed from the bottom to the top. Look what happened on the chart, like we just went boom up. So yeah, this is number 3. Okay, right, number 4 that I like to look at is total market cap. Total market cap is basically all the money in the crypto space, including Bitcoin. That's your total market cap. Yeah, as the name suggests. Okay. What I'm looking at here is something that doesn't look too good, because this is the raising wedge pattern, or a channel, you can call it whatever you like. But the point is, it's going to the upside in this channel. You can see I even put the trend lines, so basically just gradually goes to the upside in this small channel. And what it is something that I like to call stairs and elevators. So if you want, like, if you imagine this is your stairs, okay, you just go up, go up, go up, go up, go up, and then when you get to the top, you just get too tired and you just take the elevator down. So basically that's what happens with the charts that go like that. Okay, so you just gradually go up, 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 and then you just break down. And the thing is, with those steps, they really, like in 90%, they do break to the downside. It's extremely rare that they actually go to the upside. They usually break to the downside. So when the crypto total market cap is gonna break to the downside, that's very bearish. Okay, that means the money is going out of crypto and it's going elsewhere. But looking at this now, because we do care what's going to happen now, not what's going to happen later. Looking at this, it's looking really good, guys. We do have all the moving averages below us. We do have 200. We just sit on top of the 9 EMA, so it's looking really bullish. RSI, on the other hand, dipped slightly below and is trying to retest that yellow line. And what we want to see is we want to see it break through the yellow line and stay above it. Whenever it is below it, it is bearish, guys. So for now, bullish, but I would say be cautious. All right, and chart number 5 is SPX 500. Again, it's stocks. Not much to do with crypto. However, Bitcoin really likes to follow S&P 500. If you compare those two charts, you will see there is some sort of a correlation. Okay. So with the S&P 500, if we are in crypto, we do want to see this one grind higher. So we want this to go really high. Okay. S&P 500 is basically 500 of the best companies in US, and is the whole like index of them. There's some other companies. There's like Nvidia, Google, like all the big companies in the S&P 500. Okay, just to like roughly tell you what it is. So S&P 500 is looking actually quite good, but at the same time it looks really toppy. So we did have this huge dump. Okay, what's very unlikely, we almost had a V-shaped recovery. So we basically just recovered the whole dump, and we sitting at a very crucial level, which is just below 6K. The good thing is we do have shared lows of resistance, support just below us. We have all the EMAs below us. Everything is showing that it wants to grind higher, apart from stochastic RSI, which is already toppy. It's sitting at 98 almost. MACD also toppy. Same with RSI, is actually heading into overbought territory. Okay, like what happens after the RSI hits overbought? Let me show you. So the last time we've been overbought, it was right here. This is what happens. Okay, look at this. This is where we were. Boom. And we actually doing the same thing. We went a little bit too fast to the upside. I mean, we might consolidate a little bit, you know, maybe like create a bull flag. So basically just go a little bit sideways, choppy, a little bit down before we gonna go again to the upside, hopefully. So that one, again, is difficult to say, but it looks, it's toppy, but it looks bullish, okay? Yeah, so basically the momentum is there. Right guys, so this is the 5 charts. Yeah, okay, quick summary. Bitcoin dominance, bullish for crypto. USDT dominance, bullish for crypto. Others, also bullish. Total market cap, bullish. S&P 500, bullish. So we have 5 bullish charts, 5 bullish catalysts. There's nothing to say, just be bullish. However, as you saw during the video, everything is really extended, and this is the late stage of the cycle, okay? So be very careful when you invest. Don't lose your money, guys. Be bullish, but be cautious at the same time. Right, and that's it, guys. I don't want to make this video too long. Obviously, I haven't got a crystal ball. This is not a financial advice. I'm a person just like you. All I like to do is basically stare at the charts and find patterns and basically share my experience. And this is what I can see so far, guys. Bullish, but be cautious. Right, that's it. I'm Sir Crypto. Thank you for joining me, and until the next one. Bye.